I think the first levels are whatever because they should be a bit ahead. Because if they slow push and deny correctly, I think level 3. I think this is fine not to hold the wave until the next one hits and then get the base.
You wait for this wave and then you hard shove and recall.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
The obvious variables here is that you use the excess minions to help you just hard shove so that you outpace the tempo of the next wave.
Yep.
Like this trade doesn't do anything. You're wasting time.
I mean, don't you think it's fine to just queue them for tempo proc though? But the 2 auto attacks are wasted, right?
The autos are wasted, and now you're forced to do this, which is okay. I mean, you can recall right here, and then if they tank it and try to freeze, they end up losing so much HP that this wave comes, and then because they tried to freeze it, you still maintain all the spellcasters. You walk back up, you hard shove it, you walk back, you recall.
Yeah.
This is fine. So then we hard shove the wave, we back up, we recall. You get Map Scepter. That's fine. And now same thing. Same thing. So literally the same exact variables are present. Right? You're waiting for this wave so that you can beat this wave. So this is wave 2. And then this is wave 3. So you wait for 2 so that you can
Oh, here you said I shouldn't trade, if I remember.
You missed one CS.
Yeah. You think it's not worth? I mean, 100 damage.
It doesn't do anything. She's gonna sustain it up underneath the turret when you recall.
Yeah.
And then here, this is fine. Like this is slow. I think you can do it a little faster overall.
You think so? I mean, I'm kind of focused on getting last hits, you know, as much as possible. I think I could do it slightly faster.
Yeah. Now just recall call. I think if you didn't miss some CS this game, you sell this for refillable.
Yeah, I missed like 3-4 that I shouldn't. I think the ones in the first 2 waves are kinda hard to
right
get.
here, okay. Sejuani, like let's look at the minimap because you don't do this enough, but lots of players don't do it enough. It's mostly bot laners and top laners should do it a lot more.
I mean mids do it a lot for sure.
Mids do it more often than other lanes.
You mean like just check her or?
There's 0 chance they have vision on Sedge.
Zero chance. I remember now. Yeah.
So, because they have 0 vision, and you know that, right? Yeah. When this happens and Senna's trying to clear it, just walk up. Just walk up immediately.
Cass is hard trolling.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. She is.
But also, if you walk up like that, Senna's gonna back up because she'll think that Sedge is maybe about to appear. You know.
And my Brom will probably move with me, right?
Yes.
Contest the pink, right? And it will
like
be better.
This is good because see this, the cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like now, honestly, like.
I mean,
Thank God for national leagues, because otherwise this guy wouldn't have a job. But like, fuck.
Yeah, I mean it's way too forced. Yeah.
Huh?
I mean they were checkmated, no?
Yeah, they were. It was over. We had
a perma freeze, I think.
But now you've lost it. So again, same exact. It's a pattern. Yeah, it's just.
I should wait 3 seconds, right?
Fucking do this. Just. God. Like you poking her makes her afraid. You know. It probably preps her more mentally for Sedge.
Yeah.
Now just recall.
So if I just waited and then when the 2 waves crash, then I start contesting, then it's nicer, right? Because she will want to contest me and then she probably has to flash. Oh yeah. This is the base,
Yeah, I think Boots Dagger here is better.
For sure, because...
You don't need Bilgewater active, you don't have some...
I've never been ranged to Bilgewater, right?
Yeah, well...
Yeah, in general, I should not be. But...
There's never going to be a Bilgewater active. You shouldn't actually be trading. They shouldn't be trying to trade. There should be no kill possible. No one has summoners. Like, nothing makes any sense. So if you have Boots Dagger, you then open up the ability to just basically play 2 to 3 waves, potentially, like, get small edge, and then recall again into tier 2. And that's really good.
Yeah, I mean, when I have tier 2, they can't win tier 2.
The other thing about tier 2 boots in a spot like this is that if for some reason, like in the next 4 or 5 waves, you end up getting Cloud Dragon, then you initiate lane swap and you have tier 2 boots for it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
so it's good. Like right here, this sucks. This sucks. You guys fuck up. The game, this game was over actually.
Oh, you mean we should just freeze, right?
Yeah. What the fuck is this? And then why did you hit this?
Wait, can you show again?
Yeah, watch. Look. Ready?
Yeah.
You kill? Oh, this is also where I got really mad at your camera. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What the hell? Why did you move up? Move like that. Like, all of this is irrelevant. You know?
Yeah.
Like, this is all useless. So, but you dragged your mouse up instead of like that.
Yeah.
And then your clicks, what the fuck? Like, oh, okay, so this is for R, but...
Yeah, well, you have to play it a bit more, because it's kind of laggy otherwise, you know, I don't see. Yeah, you mean I shouldn't click up left, it should be more to the right, right? More to Kai'Sa?
Then also, why do you click down and like, you should click up like this? Because if she goes down, she's dead, right?
Yeah.
110% she's always dead.
Your point is that I shouldn't click up left, I should click more to the right, instant and ward into the bush for Kai'Sa,
yes.
Yeah. You're right.
And then also, had you clicked up right here, like to play around her only escape path, right? You can actually build water. You build water and she'd die.
No, the first thing is for sure going right first, then I get the ward, then I have vision of her.
Yeah, and then she R's, and then build water active, auto, she dies right here.
Yep. For sure, this is a pretty huge mistake.
And then immediately freeze in the game. The game's over! You freeze.
Yes, correct. I mean, this is still freezing, right? So why did it... I mean, it's still freeze, right?
Yeah, but...
Even now, because I have the siege.
Yeah, but
yeah, of course it's bad, yeah. What did we do now? Okay. Yeah, for sure. I think you said push in the game, though, I remember. Yeah, you said push. That's why I pushed. What? What? You said you said push in the game, by the way. What? You said in the game, right? I remember now. You said push the game.
Yeah, not a big deal.
No, I mean,
I said push because you fucked up. It's not as this will unlock.
No, but it's still frozen.
No, it's not. It's not permanently frozen.
Yeah, it's not permanently frozen.
Yeah, so fucking let's look for something better.
Okay.
A non-permanent freeze right here isn't ideal because a non-permanent freeze is like what? What is it gonna lock you into? 700 gold?
Nothing.
Like what the fuck is 700 gold?
Yeah. True.
That doesn't make any sense. So if we just insta shove, walk up next wave, insta shove, then what? We get 600 gold, so we get boot stagger. 700 doesn't serve a purpose. 800 doesn't serve a purpose. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
What? No,
yeah, no. I mean, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I think you said it after I pushed the 1 minion. Then told me to push.
The greed.
Wait, show again. Wait, so how do you think I should push faster here? Wait, so I have 80 on my ult now. I should go bot bush, right?
Yeah,
First
you should play around Kai'Sa's ability to stop you. Also, like, yeah, it sucks. And then you end up getting locked in lane. And this sucks. And they don't even realize that it sucks, dude. They're so bad, man. Who is this?
I mean, the jungler is top, no? I mean, they're just whatever. But the jungler is top now, so...
Yeah, but they should lock you in lane. Like, why did she kite away?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't even matter that Azir's coming. What? Now, if you were off a recall, everything would be fine. So, okay, in competitive, this is lane swap timing.
Yeah, for sure.
But in solo queue...
What was the time? Wait, it's covered. It's like...
It was a little bit sooner.
10, right? Or what's the time? I don't see because of the...
What? The time's covered, yeah. I can't see.
Yeah. Oh, you can't either?
It's not about timing. It's about variables.
But would you swap even after it took herald? Would you just swap into earlier?
So explain to me right now.
Oh, actually, no.
Why is it a lane swap? If you were coaching a National League player, why is it a lane swap?
Okay. With the map state like this, because their tempo is bad, or Darius is mid, he can walk bot, and we are on the map much faster than them, so the map is ours, and the Drake is gone too, right?
Right, and the other thing that you want to do is that after Sedge finishes this, she wants to probably just do this.
Yeah.
Right, and then you want the majority of your users in the closest proximity to the major neutral.
Yep.
So, like, those are just all the variables, or like the ingredients.
Yeah, I mean it's perfect, right?
Yeah.
Because their tempo is bad, our tempo is good, and yeah, it's perfect timing for sure.
Go forward. Recall here. Nemesis doesn't do this enough too. Lots of players don't. Like I've talked about it with him. Like the
Jenga finger.
No. The constant like shove two waves recall for like component item. You know what I mean?
Oh, for small items.
No one does it, and it's so weird. Because if this was like a fighting game, you know what I mean? Like a one-on-one fighting game, and you could somehow like replenish your health bar in like meters or something, you would always do it.
Yeah. I mean, I remember there was one.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting.
No,
but I remember there was one game at Worlds where I think it was RNG into one bot lane, and they had bad matchup right into double ranged, and all they did was come to lane, slow push through 2 waves, base, come to lane, slow push, base. So they were avoiding permanently pretty much.
Yes.
They were never laning to it. It was always slow push into base, slow push to base.
Yep.
Oh,
it's okay.
Yeah, for sure, it's good. Especially if you have something like tier 2, then you're even faster on the map, right? Like, you don't even lose stuff on your bases, pretty much.
Your camera here is also like Senna was on screen and.
Go back. Can you go back?
Yeah.
Fast?
Oh shit.
It was too centered to me, right? That's what you mean.
Watch. See Senna? You saw Senna, right?
Yeah.
You don't even look like what she, you know.
Yeah.
It's not gonna change anything, and like idiots in Twitch chat don't understand why this is important. The reason it's important is because even if it doesn't change something in this game, or the next game, or the next game, or the next game, if in fucking 1 out of 100 games it does change something, it costs you nothing to do it. You know?
Yeah.
It's just something that you should always be doing.
It's just
it's a free roll,
right?
Yeah, it's a free roll.
Yeah. So why not do it if you can?
Hold on. Pause everything. Karibo. Hey. Welcome. Hope you're having a great day. Karibo. Hope you're having a great day. You know, only the best wishes for you, Karibo. Only the best wishes. Everyone in Twitch chat say hi to Karibo. Everyone. I would say all rise, but, you know, kind of, you know, I don't have a cam on, so. Yeah. All right, let's get back to this. Fix Discord, please, Kribo. I'm trying. I tried to fuse some Twitch primes together. It didn't work. You know what? I want this person to play Kog'Maw.
What?
Karibo's talking shit.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Who's Karibo? I don't know the meme.
You don't know who Karibo is?
No, I actually don't.
Oh my fucking god. I mean, in ancient history, he has various names. You know.
Okay.
You might.
No,
You know. I mean, many years ago, some people referred to him as Jesus. Maybe you've heard of him.
Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, that guy. Fuck.
Many Egyptian and Greek deities.
Yeah.
Also, you know.
Zeus.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Oh, I can. Okay, so here, I mean.
Here you can refine this by. But there's no reason that you can't CS from here. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. With my W as well. Since I want to get a base of anywhere.
Okay, I actually didn't know that reached. By the way, that's fucking holy shit.
Oh, I mean that's a long jump. That's for sure.
Yeah, Leona can't do that. I'll tell you that much. What the fuck?
Yeah, but she's better at controlling river.
So fucking shit. All right. So you guys
so anyway, the point is here, I just play bottom right, and then I'm completely fine. Yep. Waiting to right.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do here. Okay. I want you to play devil's advocate. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I know. To like the.
I want you to tell me what they can do when you freeze. Just like as it's happened. So you messed up a little bit.
Wait, so who's dead on enemy team, right? 4 of them are dead.
4 of them are dead, and Infernal's about to go down.
So if I don't kill that wave...
Yeah, you'd be freezing already.
Then who's spawning? So the play that they would do is they would catch mid and bot.
Okay.
And Drake is down. And they would play for Herald.
And then Sedge is gonna farm her.
1 minute.
Yeah.
So Sedge is gonna reset, farm her camps.
Yeah.
And Azir's gonna push mid, and yeah.
And you guys don't have to get Herald because it's a late Herald.
Yeah, I could see them pulling Zac top to unfreeze, right, with Cannon and Irelia, right?
Okay.
Like let's say Irelia and Senna push mid. Okay, Zac shows, never mind. So they can't. And if he doesn't show, then Darius takes bot camps, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
But all of this is winning for Kog'Maw.
Yeah, of course. I'm just... Yeah.
Like, all of your teammates are getting better XP.
Yeah.
And more gold.
Yeah, this is really good for sure.
Yeah, so here comes Kennen. And he's waiting because he has nothing to do. He's missed, actually, so many minions that he would have gotten.
Yeah, and I fucked up the first wave as well, right?
Yeah. Now look, he insta-shoves like an idiot. Now, if he doesn't insta-shove, you never get this wave.
Yeah.
But he doesn't realize that he shouldn't insta-shove because he's fucking, brainless Season 10 player.
Oh, okay.
So now you recall and you're like, yeah, thank you for the freeze. Like, well, what is he doing?
Yeah.
Now, with you guys having Herald, the game's in a locked state. Like, all that you want to do... So, I know you never played StarCraft, but this is identical...
I did what? I was diamond in StarCraft.
StarCraft 2 or 1?
2.
When did you play StarCraft 2? When did you play StarCraft 2? Wings?
I played Wings and I played Start of Hots.
Okay.
I was diamond in Start of...
you know Broodlord Infester?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. You are Broodlord Infester now.
Yeah.
All that you have to do is let your Broodlord and Infester count get really high.
Get high, yeah.
That's it. It doesn't matter that you surrender 70% of the map. It doesn't. What the fuck does that mean? What does 70% of the map mean? Let's say this is 15% of the map. Is it relevant? No. Okay, so let's subtract 15% from 70. Does this part of the map matter? No. Okay, great. We've subtracted 30% of the map. Does river on either side matter? No. Okay, great. Let's subtract that percentage from the map. What the fuck does river control or map control? It doesn't mean anything. It's literally just words. It doesn't fucking do anything. Idiots. Anyways. So like.
Would you say it's special case because we have wave clear mid that they can't.
Yeah, exactly. Well. Yeah. No, I mean, okay. Let's change your mid laner. Change it to be something bad.
Something bad with no wave clear. Let's say it's. I mean, every mid kind of has.
Okay.
Clear, so.
Say something bad that isn't completely unrealistic, like a fucking Katarina.
Okay, Katarina, right? Kiana, Diana. Let's say I don't know. Fizz, I don't know, Diana, yeah. Let's say it's
Okay.
Diana, right?
So you
Not even
surrender.
Diana,
Okay, so you surrender mid tier
Tier
1.
one.
Are they gonna push up 5 to tier 2?
No.
No, of course not. They're gonna get collapsed from the sides. What? Even if they have vision on the sides, they can't just arbitrarily keep pushing up into mid tier 2. They don't have the firepower because it's fucking 16 minutes into the game. They have 1.5 core items. They don't actually shred turrets. Like what? That doesn't make any sense.
And so now it went from 30 CS lead to like 40 and 1 level, right? Just for this.
Yes.
Pretty much. I mean, actually, I already have the lead now because of it, yeah. I have 1 level lead because of this. It's so disgusting, actually. 1 level is like 500 gold, I think.
Yeah, this is really good. You have to remember to do this. A lot of people don't do it. They get lazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what do you want you can control the enemy team. Okay? You can control it. So let's see when we last saw everyone. Aurelia's right here. Senna's right here. Aurelia's right here. Okay?
Both sides.
Darius could be freezing. Darius could be freezing right now.
Yeah.
Okay? That would mean that by the time it would take Aurelia to get there, 2 waves probably already died, which means Darius killed Aurelia. If he just froze, Darius killed Aurelia. It doesn't happen, so you don't get the dopamine kick. But effectively it happens. So, okay, you can control all 5 of the enemy champions. What the fuck do you want them to do?
I mean, we have complete vision top side, so we see the rotation. We have vision bot side too. I mean, the best bet they have is to try to Zac jump mid, but Azir is fine.
But that should never happen.
Yeah, I mean...
They should never realistically be able to get it.
I mean, the best thing they can do is to go on one side and then try to bust it open, right? But, I mean, to try to unfreeze, but we have vision, we have defensive vision.
He's so fucking mad.
Yeah, I mean, they can't do anything, right?
Here he comes. Here he fucking comes.
I think his reptile brain.
He's actually so angry.
He got controlled by his emotions here, I think.
Yeah, he did. And you guys should immediately go back to freezing.
Yeah, I did, no?
Because yeah, but Braum starts to hit stuff. But like, where do you guys have to be now? You got a hot date or what?
Yep.
Let mid tier 1 die. It's good. It's better if mid tier 1 dies. That's a thing that League players don't understand. Also, is how is it? Yeah. Sometimes having less surface area to defend is better. Or the fact that the removal of a turret causes the opponent to have to walk forward more.
Some comps are better with playing defensive, right?
Yes. This is just like StarCraft. Yeah, it's just like StarCraft.
Yeah.
Or any RTS. So right now, we lost the ability to maintain it, so we would shove. Now, in competitive, let's say that both teams are cognizant and using their brains and are aware of freezes. You would give a freeze over to Kennen. So, the play from your team now would be to shove in mid, off the death on Senna, rotate up with you, and guarantee that the wave crashes so that you pull the wave so that you can freeze again. Because if your team doesn't do this, and Kennen's aware of freezing, Kennen freezes. And now you guys are the one that have to do fucking something to unlock the freeze and Kennen gets edges. So that's the next evolution. Obviously pro teams won't do this yet, but we hope. I don't know. Your team would have to rotate with you right now to guarantee that Kennen can't freeze.
Yep.
And the other thing that I don't like is obviously when like people try to tell me that the enemy team has pressure, right? Because you have to define what pressure is. Obviously, the freeze is pressure, right? It's basically it's a noose around their neck. It just you're not, or it's an embargo. You know, you're starving them. You're bleeding them of resources. You know, eventually.
There's no objective for them to take anyway. They're forced to do something or they just lose gold.
Right. So
XP.
The question becomes, what is better for you to do? To push out and look for things, which allows for higher variance, or allows the opponents more options and also requires you to walk a thinner line to execute, or to create an embargo that deprives them of economy, XP, and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
it is pressure.
For sure much better to,
right.
to
and
freeze.
It is pressure, but people don't treat it as such, and it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, how do you think Kennen feels when he sees 5 waves going into the void? Like, You lose vision control while freezing.
No, because they can't contest our defensive. All we need is defensive vision, because there's no objectives, so we don't need vision other than in our jungle.
Okay, tell me.
Right.
Look, guy in chat. Tell me what. Tell me what vision matters. Tell me what vision matters. Guy in chat. Guy in chat. Why? What the fuck matters right now? Vision almost never matters. It's a really false belief. Because when you play RTS games that have Fog of War, and you have to use deductive reasoning based on the last things that you saw. So for example, in StarCraft or Warcraft, if you scout the opponent and you see how much gold or minerals or gas that they mined, etc., you know that they can only do certain things. And your next action needs to account for all of those things and play against those ranges. The range being the amount of things that they can do. So as 5 professional players inside of a League of Legends game, Fog of War inherently does not actually mean anything. There has to be some purpose for the Fog of War.
Right, can I ask you something?
Yeah, go.
You think the level of League, like the depth of League, is nowhere close to what it was in StarCraft Pros, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
It hasn't reached that level.
No, yeah. No. Pro teams are dumb. League is stuck for about 3 years now, I would say. 3 or 4 years. Like the player, like laning and surface level macro is getting more understood, right? Like the obvious stuff that if you just sort of grind it and do it over and over and over, you will get better at. But like these things, like actually, so like if you ask Azir about Kog'Maw, he won't know. Right? If you ask Darius about fucking Braum stuff, he probably won't know. If you ask Sejuani about Kog'Maw stuff, he probably won't know. Right? Like they'll have rudimentary ideas. Then if you ask them if they could control all, so in an RTS, right? You control lots of very important units all over the map at once. And decisions that you make are allocating where you want to invest more resources for the greater good. Right? For the big picture, right? You know, like, okay, I'm not going to defend this expansion because if I do this on the other side of the map, it's going to be more beneficial to the overall game plan. The problem is that individually, MOBA players only control one unit, and they perceive the game through one unit. They perceive the game to how it pertains to them. And so because of that... I mean,
one guy wrote in chat that it's more entertaining to look for fights than freezing.
I don't think so. I think it's perspective. I think seeing Kennen panic and run into you is pretty fucking fun. I think seeing I like
people, but people like quantifiable rewards more, no? They like to see the +300.
Okay, so here's the thing. Right? If you play ping pong with all the side lanes right now, the enemy team can consent to a fight. They can either wave clear back and not take a fight, right? That's the lull state. We're starting to see it a lot more in LEC now too. We're actually starting to see it in every region.
That's happened a lot.
Right, yes. It's happening more in every region because players are starting to understand that it can happen. Obviously, the champions have consent. So if that's the case, you actually won't get fights. Freezes guarantees fights, or it guarantees an inevitable one-sided fight.
Response, yeah.
Yeah, you either respond to it, or... Suddenly, the enemy solo laner or AD carry is up 3 levels, and you just lose the next team fight.
Yeah, I mean, XP is actually has such extreme gold value. It's insane. It's. I mean, it sounds weird to say, but yeah.
Kennen literally just needs to leave top, dive mid, and they take more towers.
but
oh,
we
yeah?
have complete. The thing is, if our Braum just plays our topside jungle with Sejuani, he can't roll.
No, but it's so ridiculous. Kennen has one core item. Even if he flash slicing Maelstroms onto everyone, Shurima comes out, fucking Sejuani defensive ult, Braum ult, like, they lose the fight. Are you an idiot or what?
There's no way. I mean, like, I think Destiny also set up the vision really well, right?
Yeah, he did.
Actually see his rotations, so then Kennen really can't do anything.
But this is the other beneficial thing to freezing, is you have to invest less in wards and control wards, which actually means that you save more gold.
Yeah.
Because all that you have to do is control less surface area.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I want to bash my head against a wall. This is literally just, it's economy in RTS games. It's been understood for so long, and yet...
But don't you think if Riot added voice chat, it would be much easier to coordinate Sulky, right? If you just...
No, I don't think so. Imagine you telling your teammates you want to freeze.
Yeah, I mean... yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I know this is a thing in LCS and LEC teams. I know that there are players that want to freeze, and then others just don't, because
yeah,
you have to really get people to understand it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a thing. Oh god, hold on, Nemesis wrote me.
Sure. What did he say? Oh, he did. The coffee pasta.
Yeah, no big deal. What a joke. You have every defensive ult mid? What do you mean? Wait.
No, I think he's advocating for it.
No,
right?
no, this is the guy that just argued against it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, wait.
What a joke. You have every defensive ult mid while you're freezing. Oh, he means that the defensive people are on mid lane, but they can rotate, no? The passage is so fast from mid to top.
Mick Stinker. The enemy can't Destiny gate onto mid lane without you being able to respond. Okay? Champions have set base movement speed, jackass. If no one appears top for a minute and a fucking half, you can use deductive reasoning to probably conclude that they might be hovering around mid in the fog of war that you don't have vision around, which then means that the remaining champions can, again, use deductive reasoning to conclude that maybe it's in their best interest to start hovering around the middle lane. And yes, good sir, 3 champions can defend against 5 when they are knowing that they're coming and have the 4th one on the way in between 2 turrets. Thank you. Really really glad that your fucking platinum or silver gold understanding of champion damage and how team fights play out is very different from apparently pro players, which consistently agree on these fucking facts. Why? No, it's not a disagreement. It's not a disagreement. It's quantifiable. You can replicate it. It's not a... God, son of a... 2 plus 2 is not 5. You can't just disagree. Fuck. God, that's why I maul, dude. You think that 2 possible things can occur. I'm saying that only 1 can occur. And it's on you to either show me otherwise. But when pro players are dissenting that something can't happen or that something can happen, and you think, in your perception of the game, that, well, clearly these pros are just not seeing something that I am or something. I don't know. How many times have I had pro players in calls and literally talked about isolated free spots or free spots to actually look for, and every single fucking time they've left the call agreeing? How many more times do I have to have these fucking calls? I just don't get it. I don't get it. I'm actually mauled. I'm gonna rip my hair out or something. It's so bizarre. But then you, I don't know, you on your mythical dragon unicorn fusion chimera come along and just fucking I don't know.
Oh, but the main thing is that you remember like season 5 with the lane swap meta, people used to always freeze and then they just stopped. Like Riot added the thing in game which makes it harder to hold one. I think, with like your minions being stronger if you're ahead or something, but you can still freeze.
Yeah, the levels. Yeah, you can still freeze. You can still freeze. You can still freeze.
Yeah, it's like they just stopped.
I'm tilting. If there's a single way to play the game, it's not a single way to play the game. Now you're twisting words. We have presented a freeze frame, okay? Assess the freeze frame for what it is. If the freeze frame was not this, I would not be saying the things that I'm saying. Nor would I be saying the things that lead up to this for 30 seconds or 30 seconds after it. Okay, that's bullshit. Variables matter. The same way that you wouldn't make an arbitrary statement on a fucking isolated chessboard is the same way that I won't randomly say to freeze when the variables to freeze are not present. Jesus. This isn't a strategical move. It's just, it's a state of the game. When do you not say to freeze side waves? Because you can actively look to freeze side waves depending on if the variables are present, and the variables occur many times throughout a game. But it's not something that you can always do. Pro players are the only authority when they agree with you. Yeah, except for the pro players that disagreed with me, and then I invited them onto stream, and they ended up agreeing with me. Right? You just ignore that. You conveniently ignore those. You conveniently ignore those pro players, right? The ones that dissented initially and then agreed later, or what? You use confirmation bias, selective memory.
Wait, how long did you actually hold the freeze this game? It was like
you held it for like 4 or 5 minutes.
6 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Because I remember I started and then I broke it and then I got cool. So
when is an example when you can't freeze? So this is a good example actually. It just happened earlier in this game, right? Cog lost the ability to freeze, right? So he has to. Where is it? Is it here?
It's here, yeah.
It's here. Cog can't freeze anymore. Okay, but now Kennen can freeze. Okay, so this is level 1. Cog can no longer freeze. Okay. So because Cog can no longer freeze, Zach is bottom, Darius is under the turret, I think Aurelia's here, and you know that Kennen is coming back to top. Okay, so because Cog can't freeze anymore, these are the variables. This is the still frame. Now, if you're saying that 5 professional players can't communicate with each other what to do, I don't know, because apparently RTS players can just do things that are infinitely more complex and at a faster speed. But anyways, right now what they have to do is take this wave and the next wave, and then Sejuani path up, Azir shove in, Braum shove in, etc. And then they have to guarantee that these minions crash into the turret so that Kennen can't freeze. They have to guarantee that all of these minions make it to the turret. It's like the flag. It's like a checkpoint. You get it into the turret, Kennen can't freeze. What that ends up guaranteeing is that the red minions come back in, Cog can freeze again. Now, the reason that Cog is actively looking to freeze is because there's variables at play. Kog'Maw gets stronger the longer that the game goes. Darius gets stronger relative to the enemy team composition the longer that the game goes. Even if they took a team fight right now, it's a 65% chance to win the game. Simply by waiting 5 minutes, this goes up to 75%. If it was life or death, you would always just choose to simply wait. Especially because, now this is where people unironically say the line, they're not robots. You're goddamn right they're not robots. So they should look to reduce the amount of things that they need to do and lower the mechanical ceiling or floor necessary in order to execute upon this. The not robots thing is a parody in itself because you would need to be robots to coordinate and synchronize all the fucking lanes and control the exact vision and, you know, punish exact fucking error movements and lanes and all this other good stuff. God, it's so frustrating.
I mean, it's just easier to do this, right?
It is easier to do this, but I get so mad because people with these comments are like the reason that, like, League doesn't progress. It's so sad. It's like 3 years it's stuck. It's frozen. So, obviously, the response here is if Cog just shoves this by himself and his teammates don't shove in mid and then rotate top, then Kennen freezes. Okay, if Kennen freezes, now what happens? Now Darius resets, wave comes back into bottom, Darius goes out here, and now all of the teammates have to go up to Kennen to unlock the freeze, thus creating a fight. If they go up to Kennen and Kennen's team is actually stronger, and Kennen's team can then use deductive reasoning that there's no objective on the map that realistically Kog'Maw's team can take, they must be coming to Kennen. If that's true, then the support in the jungle can hover Kennen. If you have vision that, you know, is far enough away from Kennen that can alert you of when the enemy team is coming, then the enemy team comes to unlock the freeze, thus creating a fight. It creates action, which is actually fun for spectators. Sort of like when Kennen felt the need to come unlock the wave up in top. Right? Which is where? Where's Kennen coming to unlock the wave?
After we crash this.
Okay, so apparently Discord's back up. Can you share screen with me and go into the replay? Let's call. I think this is very.
Yeah. Wait 1 sec.
McStinker, this isn't a perfect way to play the game. Do you think an RTS player would ever say something like what you're saying, man?
So I call you, right?
Yeah, call me.
Okay.
This isn't a perfect way to play a game or one way to play a game. This is an offered assessment of if both teams do whatever is in their best interest based on what is likely from human players, okay, what is going to produce the least variance with the highest upside for either team. For the Kog'Maw team, it's going to be to likely freeze. Now, if you want to disagree with that, you would have to show why freezing is somehow bad relative to the frozen map state. You don't just get to say blanketly freezing's bad. If you then say that they can just randomly dive mid, that's when we start to either say, okay, you have to either replicate it, and this is where I feel really weird, because most of the people that dissent or disagree with freezing are people that have never actually done it before, or they don't understand what it's like when all members are actually on the same page trying to do it. And so they're people that are actually ignorant to a topic, basically speaking out against it. And so I don't know. It's very frustrating.
Wait, I can just stream here now. It doesn't need to be called. It's the same thing, no?
No, call.
Stream it here? Oh, okay.
Sorry.
The league replay or what did you want? Hello?
What's up? Yeah. League replay, and go into share screen and go into Kenan's perspective.
Okay. Leaked.
And like, look, I get really frustrated in these moments because I don't know, man. I don't know. I spend 16 hours like a day on League or like League related stuff. Like it's all that I do, and so to hear stuff.
Look who invited me.
What? Who? Morello Namicon invited you?
Morello salesman.
Okay. Can you close Google?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. No, don't freeze in solo queue. I think freezing in this game is a little bit different because, like, he said it to his team, but also, I think that the natural tendency of these champions is to play slow. Like, Darius isn't going to do something by himself. Sedge isn't going to do something by herself. Braum isn't going to do something by herself. The one champion that might try to do stuff by herself is Azir. And that's where it gets kind of bad. I don't...
We can't outscale them on 5 rolls, right? So
yeah, you do. Really Alright, so go into Kenan's...
1 sec. Need to move this.
Okay, rewind. Further.
Oh, it's...
No. Turn the map. Turn the map only red.
Yeah. No, I know.
Okay, so you guys are down 3K. And they can't... Yeah. Okay, look at the wave. How does Kenan feel right now? Just mouse over Kenan. Guy in chat, what do you want Kenan to do? Guy in chat, what do you want Kenan to do? They don't have a fucking wave mid. Oh, look, now he's stealing his jungler's camps. Guy in chat, dive mid without the wave or what? Dive mid when they see you coming or what? Kenan, where are you going? Oh, it's really weird. When we hop into their vision, we see just how fucking awful it feels. Oh, you were so tilted because you can't do anything. Because we have to abide by the fucking laws of the game. It's not a minion wave. You can't just arbitrarily dive. Everyone has one fucking core item.
Okay. We see him.
He's so mad.
Yeah.
Guy in chat, what did you want Kenan to do? Okay, so let's keep this up after Kenan dies, right? Guy in chat, what do you want the enemy team to do? Because at this point, I think we also said surrender mid-tier 1.
Yeah, we did lose.
We said lose mid-tier 1 because it's better. It's better for Azir to lose mid-tier 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where Kenan, in theory, could freeze. So this is... oops, sorry.
Oh, yeah, here. Right?
Now, he could. He should let the turret die. He should let the turret die.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot. Holy shit. So if he lets the turret die, okay, and he pulls the minion wave in, and they go back to farming, what does Crowny's team do when Kenan's freezing up here? They're going to obviously push mid. Okay. They're going to push mid. Let's say that they get mid tier 1
this
and
is the vision, right?
they get the dragon. Yeah. So let's say that they push mid tier 1, they get mid tier 1, they get the dragon. They're probably going to get the dragon anyway. Crowny's team's just going to get the dragon anyway. So it's not like you're actually talking about the dragon as if it has any sort of effect on what Kennen's doing. Okay. So Kennen would get a ton of solo XP and a ton of solo farm and get closer to an item spike that would let them sax wave until I do agree with that. I was literally saying he shouldn't int and look elsewhere. Yeah, but he couldn't look elsewhere. They conceded mid because they pulled 3 members over to kill Kennen. But conceding mid isn't bad in itself.
The mid tower is just gold, right? But we get more of it by freezing. So
yes, you get right. Really so it's a math equation.
Yeah.
It actually is just all that it takes is 2.5 waves to be more valuable than a turret.
Because they're pulling more people mid, so they're sharing XP, so they're losing even more gold.
Right. Do we freeze again this game?
Yeah, I think so. I think I freeze.
Yeah. So go into the vision. Go into the vision right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Kaisa feels pretty bad right now. She missed a few CS. Now, oh, look. Oh, it's fucking weird how that works. She has to wait for her support to hug her. Oh, she still can't walk up. Oh, poor bastard. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at that. Let's do that a few more times and then you kill her, basically. It's really weird how that works, isn't it? Wow, that's fucking, that's strange.
Look at the XP difference, actually. I'm 13 now and she's 11. If I got this wave solo, yeah, I'm 2 levels up now. Just
wait, the Kaisa's in the chat. Are you actually the Kaisa?
I think so. Yeah. I think he's, what is he, right?
Is that actually the Kaisa?
I think so, because I know he... Or no?
No, he said no.
Okay. I mean, if the Azir didn't push and die here, right, then Kaisa is legit 2 levels down, which is at 1k. Wait, what's the gold value? So I would be 2k up, right? Just for freezing over enemy ADC. Pretty much. I'm actually 1k up right now, yeah. Just for the freeze I held, right? And the CS. And then if you count the XP as well, then it's 2k. Pretty big lead for a hyper carry, I think. I think, do we do it again? I think they do Nash after.
I don't think that you do it. I mean, you can talk about the last team fight though. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Look at Kennen. Look at Kennen. Oh, poor bastard.
I mean, Kennen is 2k down as well, actually. I think they're trying to go on mid, right? And
he doesn't know what to do.
He doesn't know.
Pepe laugh. Oh my god.
And actually, it's actually so sad to. Wait, you know, he's actually like almost 3k down because of this.
No, but you're right, guy in chat. We should play ping pong with side waves and look to make kills, even though we can get kills guaranteed through defensive play. And then fight on our terms all the time. Export, it just matters. Now, look, he insta-shoves. No, what does he think's gonna happen? Of course. Of course.
Another one. Like, so now he goes bot, right? But he's how behind? Now he's 3k. 4k actually. 4k
he's
behind.
So
5k.
Small fish person. Yeah. I don't disagree that freezing is probably really bad in solo queue. But this game, I think that the champions made it a lot easier to freeze because a lot of these champions don't want to do anything on their own. Also, they all outscale, and Crownshot also typed in chat. I think that this probably has a lot more, I think it's a lot more viable at super high-end MMR, but even then I imagine that it's going to be difficult.
Do you think Korean people, high Korean circuit would
dude.
prove of this?
No,
right?
I don't tweet in Korean. Korean's still building
No. No, I mean, do you think if somebody did this in high Korean solo queue,
No,
they would
no, it wouldn't change.
it would work? That's what I mean. I don't think it would, no?
No.
Like, they would just force or ping you or to stop. That's what I assume, I guess.
Korea's really weird. Korea's really, really weird.
I mean, the players are always insanely talented, though. So
no, they are. They are.
Like,
I've never encountered. I think Europe has always been the best when it comes to video games. When it comes to like open-mindedness or willingness to experiment, it's always been Europe.
Yeah, and
it's always been Europe. StarCraft 1,
right?
StarCraft 2, StarCraft 1, StarCraft 2, Warcraft 3, Warcraft 2. Europe actually made a lot of strategies, but they also evolved some. Like, obviously, Korea did some insane stuff in StarCraft 1, though, like Defiler play, the Flash build, Bisu revolutionizing the matchup.
But Korea generally perfects stuff, no?
Korea generally refines and perfects through lots of grinding. But usually they're not the ones to innovate. Sometimes
I think the ADC support thing was EU first in like season 1 or something. I remember.
Yeah.
You wanna talk about the last fight with here?
Yeah, you can talk about the last fight.
Do you have time to review the next game, or when do you have to leave?
Let me check what time it is. I'm sweating so much.
One more hour, right? We can do the next one fast or something.
Yeah. Time in. Hold on. Time in PS2.
Wait.
I have an hour. I have 1 hour. We can play one more.
You want to play one more, or just review the other one?
Yeah, let's play one more.
It's up to you. Okay.